to the future are a people that doesn't have a distinction for color, class, political viewpoint, or economic status, and they only concerned with the betterment of the humanity as a whole. And as a collective, the ones that come together, are going to be the ones that make it. And all of the ones that want to be separated or that think they're smarter than everybody else, think they know it all, handle your business, all I can tell you. I'm tired of doing these fucking videos. Only reason I keep doing them is because they keep asking me to do them for the people. I'm not doing this shit for me. Only reason I'm going to get my shit because it's mine. That's it. I don't really want the shit. I don't want none of it. Because if one person got to be oppressed, I'd rather be broke and living in a girt in the middle of nowhere. One motherfucker oppressed. I don't want to be around it. I've done enough dirt in my lifetime before I realized all this shit. I should never have to see any more. You know. So, if y'all don't want... Look, I'm going to show y'all how easy this is. Because everybody make it seem difficult. When the video go off, everybody going to go about their own way. But if it's 10 people watching and they share it with 10 friends in their friends list, that's it. That's 100 people right there. But if everybody you tell to share it to 10 people, you put the tag on there and say, share this with 10 people if you understand it, and they all share it with 10 people, you don't know how fast that shit take off. Nah. It requires too much work to push 10 buttons on the screen. But let me go see what my baby daddy got on his page. Let me go see what my baby mama posts. I say fuck them all. But I'm not allowed to abandon the struggle at this point. I'm too far in it. But I can limit my participation to only absolute necessity. So if it's not necessary for me to do a video, I won't be doing one. If it's not necessary for me to do anything to liberate anybody, I will not be doing anything. I'm only going to do what's necessary. I'm going to do the bare fucking minimum, and I'm going to let misery run its course. Because misery loves company, and I don't like misery. So wherever misery at, don't look for me there, because I'm not coming. Because if I come, misery gonna get fucked up. You know? That's all it is to that. You know? Just think about this. In the time that we've been watching this video, almost an hour, right? It's 1:01. Almost an hour. I started at almost 2 hours. Holy shit. I started at 11:11. Right? Now, in the time it took for me to make that comment about sharing, 4 people done shared the video already. 5 done shared the video already. Now imagine in the time that we was watching this video, reviewing this video, if at the very beginning everybody would have just went down their friends list clicking invite. Imagine how, I seen you, Amos. Imagine how different it would have been. You gotta think. If at the beginning of this video, when you first seen this motherfucker come on here, you would have just been listening, watching, and while you watching and listening, just like LaDonna just did, clicking the share button as you listening, like I do at the beginning of the video. Just like I do, I see Chanel. Just like I do at the beginning when I do my invites to invite all these people to watch. I invite almost everybody in my friends list, except for people that I know are absolutely against me. They don't never get an invite. I already know who they are. So I go down my list and just hit invite. And all the people start popping up as I'm doing my invites, and then I start dropping the information. That's just how easy it is. But we got to make it difficult because we need something to complain about it. That's actually not powder blue. This is actually gray. But what you're looking is the light hit my blue cup. When the light hit my blue cup, it reflects onto my gray shirt and makes it look powder blue. But thanks, Jazz. I know whenever I come see you, I wear powder blue. And so I ain't gonna drag this out, but I just wanted to show some connections to Mexico, what it mean, what I know. I know what the fuck going on over there. I know about the Mexican-American War and how when the so-called Americans beat the so-called Mexicans and they divided up the land into California, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, and Texas. There might even be another state in there that I might have missed. I already know how that took place. I just haven't figured out where it makes sense to me. If I live in Michigan and Canada take the thumb part and just say, this is my shit now. I live in Michigan, but I can't go to the thumb. That does not fucking compute. It's still fucking Michigan. But you just barred me from going to another part of my own fucking shit. This is the conditions of Mexico's and the illegal immigration. Okay. I know who Cesar Chavez, the migrant farm worker, has a street in my town named after him. Cesar Chavez was an organizer for Mexican farm labor. I don't know why the fuck is he such a big deal for motherfucker to scream in my fucking head about him. Anyway, without Cesar Chavez, the conditions in the plant on the fields where they pick the oranges and the potatoes and various crops in the Southwest, it was very difficult, back-breaking work with very minimum amount of pay. Cesar Chavez organized the migrant farm workers to protest and to not work for slave wages. Now, most people think that he was only doing that to benefit the migrant worker. But here was the kicker. He didn't do it for the migrant worker at all. He didn't give a fuck about the migrant worker. He even said out his own goddamn mouth that he didn't care about the migrant workers and they should do something to stop the immigration influx. He was concerned about the people of his clan that live in the area that the migrant farm worker was undermining from making a fair and competitive wage to function in this country. Because the migrant farm workers that was coming over here then didn't care what they worked for as long as they could send something home. That's not the new migrant worker. And they don't have the same mentality. Everybody about the dollar now. So the work of Cesar Chavez is the same as the work for a workers' union. What he complained about with the migrant worker is exactly the same as what the tenured union workers is complaining about the temp status, the permanent temp status worker. The complaint is the same, right? And with Cesar Chavez on it, Jazz, yeah, I tell everybody, if you are a supporter of the indigenous people of Mexico and you want to know who banner to fly, Zapata, Emiliano Zapata, the Zapatista Liberation Army. If you want to know where the real freedom fighters at, I'm telling you now, Zapatista, Emilio Zapata, and the Zapatista Liberation Army. Zapata is the original mastermind who wrote the blueprint for their liberation that they following, and the Zapatistas following that shit And the federales can't get the fuck in the mountains. Y'all got to go see what's going on. If y'all don't know what's going on, y'all lost already. Everywhere there are struggling people on earth, if you're not abreast with the struggle, you are getting lost deeper and deeper into the sludge. All of the struggles are interwoven and related. Why do you think Che Guevara, who was an Argentinian, is the champion of the Cuban Revolution and contributor to multiple nations and Africans fighting for liberation? And also a major influence of his was Mao Zedong, who was from the Qian, who organized the Chinese and who kicked out the religion as being an opiate of the masses. All of the struggles, to the Australians in the down under, to the people in New Zealand that's been almost wiped out, and all of the indigenous wildlife is almost eliminated. The struggle is universal. The revolution is a myth. The revolution means that you make a move so dastardly that you put the same motherfucker in power back in power once you remove them. We done with revolution. We rebelling now. This is the revolt, the insurrection, the uprising. We ain't doing no more revolutions because we not putting no more monsters back in power. Unless y'all put me in power, which I don't really give a fuck one way or the other. As long as the people ain't free, I'm going to be a scourge to this bitch. I'll burn this motherfucker from pole to pole. But if people free, y'all can even forget I'm even fucking here. If the people free, y'all can even forget I'm fucking here. If the people oppressed, y'all need to either support me or get the fuck off planet. Because as long as oppression going on, it's going to get bad. And the only reason there's oppression right now is because the oppressed choose to remain oppressed. There is no liberation and no freedom where oppression is the way of life. And where oppression is the way of life, there you will find destruction, if I have anything to say about it. So I'm going to wrap this up here. Exactly 2 hours into it. So share the video, share it to y'all groups, whatever it take. Do y'all part. If y'all don't matter to me one way or another. I'm just here to get y'all free. Y'all don't have to be free if y'all don't choose to be free. Nobody does. You can stay oppressed, but you won't do it here. Somebody else waiting to oppress you. They can take you off world. So with that, I wrap this up and I say peace out in all of my Milorasa, papi aquí.
Got your cards.
Please, I need a filter. Hold on 1 second. I always talk about being accountable, but we're gonna do a filter today. Peace, Uncle
I
Rod.
tried to do a filter, but I was so ugly it didn't do nothing but make shit worse.
No, you are very handsome. You are very handsome. You know,
You just trying to make me blush.
no. It's funny
You
because you look like my youngest son.
oh, okay.
So I say that to say that I've been trying to speak with you and tell you like we are all from, we're related a lot of times. Or
Yeah,
not so more so related like bloodline, but tribe. We
yeah,
met each other in past lives.
yeah. And that's why we have that familiarity when we meet certain people. Like,
Right.
don't I know you from somewhere?
Right.
No, you don't know me. No, motherfucker, I know your ass from some goddamn where. You don't know me, yeah, motherfucker, I know
Or
your
like
ass.
you
But
just
I don't
pick
know
up
where I
like
know
you
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 from.
was let like you pick up like you left off just like 5 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
definitely. How are you feeling today?
But like I got a cape on with an S on that motherfucker.
You got an S on your chest. No, what my cousin say, he said you got an S, you got an S in the middle like a Skittle. No, he say something like that. That's
Mm-hmm.
funny.
Yeah, we be really knocking.
Yeah.
So what's the question we gonna go over? Cause in the tarot spread you get your most accurate information from specific questions.
That is true. That is true.
Right. So
Um,
the more specific the question, then the easier it is to narrow down the answer.
and also, it shouldn't be a yes or no question. You want to try to make it a
Right.
question that can be expounded on, like, that you could build off of too.
Yeah. So the way that the question wrote, the question is like turning the dial for the radio in order for the answer to come in.
Yeah.
The visualization is used as an aid to sharpen the particular sense, right? So when you
Right.
pick up your deck is the radio,
Right.
right? The question is telling you what to dial the radio into,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
And then the answer come back through the radio as the song that you requested with the question.
Right.
So as you lay the cards down, you are playing the notes
Mm-hmm.
to the song that is the question,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
The more you know about symbolism and the meanings of different things, the more you can fine tune your equalizer in order to get a crisper, clearer reading from your oracle read,
Okay.
right? So there are certain things like you always study symbolism.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure get you different dictionaries of symbols, encyclopedias of symbols, because you want to know what symbols look like or mean in different from different points of view.
Right.
The more symbols you can assimilate a meaning to, the more you, when you see that symbol, it's fine tuning the oracle read,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me look in the questions and see if there's something good in there that we can read on.
Because sometimes I think I get jumbled. Like, I realize that because, like you're saying, you need to sharpen your skill. I pull from personal experience a lot of times because I'm not as in depth in different things, like how you're saying, to be able to communicate it in different ways. So that makes
So
sense.
you see how you say you pull from personal experience?
Mm-hmm.
You ever read the cards and you have a overwhelming emotional sensation?
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll remember the last time you had that sensation, what did it mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because now you are picking up the vibration or the frequency of the message energetically, so it's stimulating you emotionally, and the subconscious mind is going to bring the energy up according to how you remember the feeling,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, like for instance, something horrible happened, somebody called on the phone, and you know that your stomach, your heart dropped to your stomach as soon as you pick up the phone.
Mm-hmm.
You already know the frequency. You feel the frequency before they ever say anything.
Right.
And you say, hello?
You already know. You're expecting what to expect. So you already,
Right.
yeah.
So when you do the tarot read, you'll get that same sensation,
Right.
right? And that's telling you the answer to the symbol that activated that energy.
Right. That's like I have to get my breath together too, because my breath allows me to tune into exactly what the feeling is, and so, like,
Mhm.
in the future for us as a tribe and as a collective, the reason why you hear a lot of people talking about fasting, why you hear them talking about cleansing your body, removing metals and detoxing at this time, especially people that you never thought you would hear talking about that, is because you need to be fine-tuning
Me,
with your intuition. You need to be
look,
fine-tuned into your discernment, so when it say left, you don't have a question in your mind about it being left or right.
right. So this is why you as a oracle, or you read tarot. Tarot is the training wheels on your intuition.
Mm-hmm.
it's going to get to a point where the card will start flipping in your mind off of an event. And you will know, oh, that's a knight. That's a knight of swords. It's coming in fast in the air.
Right.
Right. You automatically see it playing out because it's the same way that the hieroglyphs in Egypt, when you go to what they call the alpha state,